Hello guys, Daphnic back again with another Fallout 4 video, and this time we're taking on a side quest from Far Harbor. You might have heard of it before. It's called Brain Dead, and essentially what we have to do is find our way into Vault 118, which is over here, and once we find our way in there, we're presented with a murder scene, which we then have to solve the case. It's one of my favourite quests from Far Harbor. I'm doing another run through on a different save, and I thought I'd redo this quest and record it for y'all so you can check it out. Okay, so cut a long story short, you find a Miss Handy called Pearl outside Far Harbor. After you've done a few quests for them, she'll invite you to come and do this little story quest for your character. Now, the reason she's invited you in here is that there's been a murder and they needed a detective. So, who better than the Silver Shroud to deal with it? So, we're going to pop in here and see what happens.
Return to your rooms until the detective has examined the crime scene and had a chance to come speak with you. Hello again, detective. Was there anything else?
Your residents are robots.
Not robots, detective. Well, not exactly, anyway. I believe the term they use is robo-brain. Back before the war, the residents decided the best way to wait it out was to put their brains inside robotic chassis. Was there anything else?
I'm not sure where I should start.
I suppose you should try to figure out how he died, and then who had the means and motive to kill him. Once you have enough evidence, then I suppose you'll need to confront the killer. Was there anything else?
Tell me about the victim.
Mr. Ezra Parker was the primary owner and financier for the hotel. He had vast experience managing venture projects around the world. It was his idea to have our premier clients become investors in the vault section of the hotel. He worked with Vault Tech to have this built to their every specification. Was there anything else?
Never mind.
I'll be here should you need me.
Okay guys, so that's the breakdown. Basically, this vault was built underneath a old hotel, and that's where Pearl takes you on a run-around mission, running around the hotel trying to find your way down to the vault. So I'll carry on with the quest now. So this is Ezra Parker.
Looks like the brain enclosure was smashed. Is this blood?
Interesting. So we gotta look for some more clues around here. Not 100% where everything is on this quest. Oh, look, there we go.
There we go.
So that's the unique legendary baseball bat called Fence Buster, which ignores 30% of the target's damage and energy resistance. So that's going to be handy. We'll take that with us.
A baseball bat? What is this doing here?
Okay, so now we've got to discuss the evidence with Maxwell.
Hello again, detective. Was there anything else?
I found the murder weapon.
Oh no. That's the bat from Mr. McKinney's movie. You don't think he could be involved, do you? I can't imagine him ever doing such a thing. Was there anything else?
Never mind.
I'll be here should you need me.
I missed that, so we just gotta check the quest objective is investigate Keith McKinney, find and accuse the killer. Now, as you can see, all the inhabitants of this vault are robots, or robo-brains, so essentially what they've done, I think, is an attempt to live forever. They've transferred their brains into robots. Very 1950s sci-fi. What's going on in here?
Hello, Mr. Whiskers. Who's a pretty kitty?
Juliana, Mr. Whiskers died last month. This is Scruffy. Remember?
Oh, of course. Silly me.
Just let me have a look at the neural interface matrix, and I'm sure I can clear that.
No. No, it's not that. I've just caught another cold. Probably something that got in when they sent Pearl out.
Oh, God. Not this again. Last month you were convinced you had the measles.
You're not a doctor. What would you even know about it? Besides, I think it may be malaria.
First of all, I am a doctor.
Yes, but not a real doctor. Robotics isn't an actual medical degree.
Secondly, I've told you time and again, you can't get sick inside the suit. It's not physically possible.
I know when I'm getting sick, Bert. Now why don't you just wander off and play in your lab? Mr. Scruffy and I are going to rewrite the will, so he will get everything when I die because horrible Bert didn't believe me.
Oh, God, Juliana.
Have
It
fun
costs a
here.
fortune to build a
I'm
place
going
like
to the
this.
lab. Hello again. Did you need something?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
Oh, well, that's not really my field of expertise, but I'm sure there are probably some clues at the crime scene. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm a scientist. You've probably met my wife, Juliana, already. Not sure what else to say, really. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Tell me about your research.
Well, I was one of the leads on the team that created the first robo-brains, the precursors to our model. Most people don't find it all that interesting, and I'd rather not bore you. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
I'd like to hear
I'm
more
gonna
about
keep
your
pressing
research.
him. Keep pressing him.
No one else here really wants to talk about it. Functionally, this model is more or less the same as the previous versions I worked on, but without the neural inhibitor and the reconditioning. The voice modulator seems to have some minor issues interfacing with the neural matrix, which can add some moodiness. But that's easily solved with regular tune-ups. Was there something else, Detective?
Robo-brains have a voice modulator. Tell me about that.
That's what allows us to recreate our original voices. They can mimic any normal human voice, actually. I've speculated for some time that the issues we had with our recruited subjects is due to the brain attempting to preserve a sense of self. Maintaining our original voices helps reinforce the neural network, sort of like playing music for an Alzheimer patient. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
I'd like to hear more about your research.
I'm afraid that's really all I should say about it. I mean, it is still classified, but I wanted to help with the investigation. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Maybe later.
Very well. I'll just get back to my work then.
Okay, so it sounds like Burt Riggs. He's one of the guys who's originally designing the robo-brains, and he's told me that you can actually change the voice modulator to turn it back to your original voice and to impersonate any human's voice, so...
Did you have a question about the heinous
about the heinous murder. Let's see what we can get out of this lady.
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
If you ask me, it's one of those actors. Or that horrible painter. Their type is always the cause of violence.
What's with all the junk in here?
These are our things. We're just waiting till the war blows over so we can bring them back to the mansion.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm Juliana Riggs, heiress to the Riggs fortune and wife of Bert Riggs. I'm not sure what else you expected, Detective.
Interesting. I don't trust her.
Good luck catching the murderer, Detective.
Good luck, yeah, indeed. I'm gonna need it. Let's have a little look around for some evidence. Oh, it doesn't look like there's going to be anything. This is just all their junk. Okay, so I think we're done in here. At least we know about the voice modulators now. Don't know what's going on in there. What else we got? Okay, so we're going to keep looking. Ah, so this is a security room at the entrance. Let's steal something.
Hey, you trying to get us in trouble?
It doesn't look like we've got anything exciting happening around there. So we're going to go ahead and explore the rest of the vault. Yep, there's Pearl.
Hello, Detective. Did you need something? Forgot a personal item at home.
Did you have any thoughts on the case?
I'm afraid not, Detective. We're really at a loss, which is why I was sent to find you. Looking for a gift to bring back to that special someone.
Okay.
What have you got?
Keepsakes, hunting equipment, and a variety of small personal items. Need to restock on hunting or fishing supplies?
Let's see what you got.
Let me know if you find something you like.
Oh, I know this lady has the Dapper Gent hat, so we're going to take that. $5,000, but we can afford it. And the Dapper Gent hat has +2 charisma, so we're going to put that on. Make ourselves look a bit more professional. Much better. With the extra charisma, we'll be able to convince people in speech checks, which might be quite handy. All these stairs seem to be leading upstairs, which I think is where the overseer's office would usually be.
You think I'm stupid? I saw the way he looked at you. You're gonna tell me that's nothing?
It wasn't like that. We were friends. He helped me out of a tight spot or two is all.
I couldn't stand by like some pasty-faced Percy while he put the moves on my best girl.
But now the law is on our tail. What are we going to do?
Come away with me. Let's leave this dark hole of a city behind. We can be in Buenos Aires by tomorrow.
Oh, I want to believe you, I do, but he'll never let us go.
Then we'll make our stand here. I've got a gun for each of us.
No, 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 no. The line is, then we'll make our stand here. 2 lovers together with a bullet for each of them. The beach.
Hello, detective. How can I help? Did you have questions about the case?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
It's obviously Santiago. He keeps going back to look at the crime scene.
I found your baseball bat at the crime scene. Care to explain how it got there?
Someone is clearly trying to frame him for the murder. It's probably Santiago. You saw him skulking around the crime scene.
Okay.
What were you and Gilda talking about when I walked in?
Oh, we were just rehearsing a scene. Nothing to worry about.
Maybe later.
Okay. Just let me know how I can help.
Okay, so it looks like we're on to our next port of call, as it were, with the Robo Brains. Nothing too exciting to see here, nothing obvious. So, no, just bedrooms like all the other areas. This one, however, appears to be some sort of a recording studio, and this Keith McKinney character used to be an actor.
These vaults run together for you too?
So let's go and see if we can find his wife now. Or Santiago, that's the next person to find. Ooh, that's a nice hat. I think we'll take that. Pirate hat.
Sweet.
Some
Are
humans.
these plastic? Why would he have plastic skulls?
Okay. Don't think there's going to be any evidence in here, but I'm a sucker for picking a lock.
Nice.
Oh, I've got some display cases full of weapons and human skulls. So that's not weird. Ah, what's this? Vault 118 Overseer's Key. So I guess we'll take that. Bit of kleptomania there, just steal as much as I can. Is that whiskey? Yeah, buddy. Let's have one of them.
Bottoms up.
Alrighty then, so let's see if we can find this Santiago guy. Hurry things up here a little bit. Some paintings on the wall here. Very avant-garde, so I'm guessing he's going to be around here. Ah yeah, look, there's paint everywhere on the floor. So this is the artiste.
If it is the law of the law.
Crazy Mexican robot.
Does the cruel muse call you to her entrapping bosom?
Art is life. Without it, we are no different than animals.
Perhaps, if all we are is a sentience floating in a suit of flesh, or metal, I suppose, then art is the only true communion with the world. Come with me.
Okay.
I don't know. It looks kind of like a face. That spot is the eye. The red blotch is its hair, and it's sticking its tongue out.
Indeed. This was the last piece I did in a series of portraits of Gilda. Number 1378. Her emotional landscape is superimposed on the portrait. The reality of the subject is distorted as the ego attempts to project itself this way.
All right.
Tell me, what does this one say to you?
It's the war. Bombs from every direction, no up or down, the world turned on its head.
I suppose in a way it must be. Art shapes the world, and the world shapes art in return. All art must therefore be constantly reborn through the lens of contextual and historic interpretation. We must ascend.
He's drinking a lot of wine. Man after my own art.
And what of this one? And please be honest, for art without honesty is just politics.
It's a metaphor. A young creature grappling with ideas it doesn't possess the capability to understand.
Intriguing. The mind will superimpose meaning where none was intended. I had not considered it. Truth be told, this is my best-selling piece. I did this series under a pseudonym, of course. This series has made more money than any of my serious works. And I did the whole thing as a lark. What does that tell you about the value of art to the common man, huh? Ah, my fellow connoisseur of the art. Here to see my latest work?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
The person you should be looking at is Juliana Riggs. That Philistine would not know art from her own excrement. She and Ezra had a dramatic fight recently. You could hear her banshee screeches all the way across the hotel.
Okay. Well, we're getting somewhere.
What were Juliana and Ezra arguing about?
I don't know. I was painting at the time and I was trying to block it out. Though I bet Gilda probably heard them. Maybe you should check with her.
I think you should explain why you keep returning to the crime scene.
It's for inspiration, detective. The others do not like to think about it, but even we shall die someday. Like Prometheus's torch, it kindles within me the fire to create as much art as I can with the time that I have.
It sounds like you've done a lot of paintings of Gilda. Why her?
Our Gilda is a very singular creature, detective. Do you not see the joie de vivre from within her? I have never met another who clings to life so tenaciously, who lives so in the moment. I must admit I was quite smitten with her for a time.
You're still in love with
So what if I am? What business is it of yours? She deserves someone who truly understands her ephemeral beauty.
Tell me about yourself.
What is there to tell? I am one of the premier artists in the world. My work is primarily in oil paint, but I have been known to do sculpture or performance art as well.
Maybe later.
Good. I hope my paintings are able to open your mind to
Right, so it's not that McKinney guy. By process of elimination, it's probably not that fella either. Let's see if we can find
Protect and serve.
Gilda. Where's your wife gone, son?
Hello again. Did you need something?
I heard that Juliana and Ezra had an argument a few days before I was dead. Tell me about that.
Well, I was in my lab at the time, so I didn't hear it. But Juliana has always been rather critical of Mr. Parker. I think she found something in the Overseer's office.
Here we go, Overseer's office, and we've got the key.
I don't know, really. I try to let her handle all the money stuff. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Maybe later.
Very well. I'll just get back to my work then.
Feel like Columbo up in this mission. Okay, so I'll leave Mr. Robobrain. Now we seem to have sidestepped those other mission objectives, like speaking to Gilda. What's down here? Oh wow, this is cool. The beach. Go for a swim. Awesome. So let's speak to Gilda quickly.
Well now, if it isn't the brave detective. I haven't seen someone with a body like that in far too long.
You're not so bad yourself.
You should have seen me before all this. Red hair that was the envy of other girls for days, darling. I'm sure you'd rather hear some of my stories from the silver screen rather than talk about that nasty murder business.
I think we'll carry on flirting.
You're quite the actress.
What can I say? It just comes naturally. Care to hear some of my stories, detective?
Have you ever done radio? Your voice is quite enchanting.
Well, darling, play your cards right, and maybe I'll whisper some sweet nothings in your ear. Surely you must be here for my salacious stories of the silver screen.
Nope, I think we're just gonna try and sleep with you.
Flesh and blood girls who aren't half the woman you are.
Keep it up, Tiger, and we'll find out if you can handle how much woman I am. Care to hear some of my stories, detective?
Why don't we grab a bottle of wine and go watch the sunset?
Sounds good, detective.
Oi, oi, there we go. Yep, so we're going to fuck a Robobrain.
That was great, detective, but we probably shouldn't make a habit of this. Catch you later, Tiger. Hey there, Tiger. Here for more stories about...
Tell me something.
Sure, darling. What did you need?
Apparently, Juliana had a big argument with Ezra a few days before he died. Did you happen to overhear any of the conversation?
Oh, yes. I haven't seen a woman go off like that since Teresa Dubois fired her costume designer. But to get back, it was fever pitch, detective. She had apparently gone to the Overseer's office to check on the state of things and found it in horrible disrepair. But, and this is where it gets interesting, it sounded like she found something that really set her off. Couldn't hear what, though. Did you need something else?
I found Keith's baseball bat at the scene of the murder. Any thoughts?
I don't know, detective. I can't really imagine Keith killing Ezra. Did you need something else?
Tell me about yourself.
My favorite subject. Simply put, darling, I'm the greatest actress in the world. When this international scuffle blows over, I shall return to the silver screen and lead the world to a new golden age of cinema. Did you need something else? I love Keith, I do. But sometimes he just can't give me the attention I need. A girl gets lonely.
Isn't an easy one, but it rarely lacks for excitement.
Okay, we'll go ahead and talk to Maxwell.
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
I found Ezra. He was the killer the whole time.
My word. I never thought Mr. Parker was capable of something like this. What happened when you confronted him?
Does it?
Yes, of course it matters. The man was a murderer. We need to know if he is still at large.
He got away before I could catch him.
I can't say the residents will be pleased that you let him get away, but I suppose there's nothing to be done about it. At least it's over. There you are, Detective. Payment for your services and a bonus for uncovering such a heinous plot. I don't think we could have done it without you.
And that, as they say, is that. So a very intricate and multiple option quest there. There was the option to be honest, or in this case take a bribe and let the character escape. It sounds like Ezra's embezzled the money, which is effectively now worthless because it's the end of the world. Shows you money isn't everything. But yeah, a great little quest. I really enjoyed playing it. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough, stroke watching me. Apologise in advance it took so long. But you know, sometimes you got to take your time with these things and do it right. So thanks very much for watching, and this has been the Brain Dead Quest from Fallout 4 by me, Darth Nick. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/tanksdon'tthinkstupid at MWHS Think Tank, that's my clan's page. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I'm going to explore the vault a little bit, and we'll catch you next time. Darth Nick, out.